Welcome back. So, winter is right around the corner, and there is one final thing I wanted to harvest because it is something we haven't tried yet. But one of my favorite books that we've acquired since starting the homestead is one called Native Harvests. And it talks about staples for many native tribes, and it'll give reference to some that may be medicinal as well. Great book, has recipes on how to prepare them and things like that, but it barely skims the surface. So if you're expecting an all-encompassing book, that's not the book for you. But nonetheless, I came across something in this book that had me very excited because it's something we have on the property. And although this plant is not native to North America, it is very well established and almost considered invasive in some parts of the United States. Maybe not invasive, but a nuisance of a weed. But that is the original orange daylily. I can't think of the scientific name offhand, but I will put it in the video so everyone knows for sure. Now, almost the entire plant is edible. The flowers, although I haven't tried them yet, are harvested just before they bloom and are sauteed, as well as the young spring shoots in early spring. Now, what I'm trying out are the tubers. This lily does not have a bulb like lots of other lilies. They have tubers. They look like little fingerling potatoes. And a lot of the time they are used like potatoes. Again, haven't tried it that way. But this book mentioned that it was used as a flower substitute, and that really caught my attention. And so I have harvested quite a bit, and we are going to clean them up, dry them out in the oven, and then grind it down into a flour, and I'm going to make some bread with that. So I am very excited. So I'm going to get these broken off so I can wash them. And then when I get them ready for the oven, I'll come back to you. Alright, we have them all washed up, and now they will go in the oven at 250 until they're all dry. I did a small batch the other day, and it took me 6 hours to get these all dried up, so we'll see how long this one takes. I'm thinking might be a little longer just because there's so much more in the oven. So, we'll see. Alright, so we're back again after that first attempt at this spread. I followed my regular sandwich bread, yeast bread recipe, and this flour is too heavy to be a yeast bread flour. So I decided to just kind of guesswork with it. I looked everywhere for information on how to use this recipes, and I couldn't find anything more than the single mentioned that it was used as flour at some point by some people. So this is all experimental. So this time I creamed or whisked together, I didn't quite make it fluffy, butter, a little bit of sugar, and an egg. I added a 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, and I would say maybe 1.5 cups of this flour and 1 cup of bread flour. I did not measure. I just added stuff and kept mixing until I thought the consistency was right. And here's what I ended up with. It's more like a little cake than bread. It reminds me of sweetbread, the consistency there. It's quite moist. That was exciting. I baked it at 350 for 35 minutes. And this is what I came up with. That first batch, I didn't cook long enough. So, and I'm very pleased with this. I actually like this. I was really kind of nervous at first because it's so dark. I thought this was going to taste like dirt. The best way I can describe it is it tastes the way it smells. And while I'm grinding it, it reminds me of peanuts. So the 8-year-old thinks it smells like, or it tastes like dirt. So we're going to get the opinion of husband and the 6-year-old. And then we'll see. Well, he'll be 6 soon. A couple months. Goodness. So, and then that'll be the final verdict. So if you guys are looking for something to experiment with, give it a try. Dig up some lilies. But I like it. So I'm definitely going to encourage the growth of our lilies along 2 sides of our property. So that way we can have much more and we won't deplete the pretty summertime blooms. And who knows, I've got some flour left over. I may try and mix it a little more with the bread flour so it rises for sandwich bread. So we'll give it a try. Till next time.